Okay, I'm Rick Green. I'm the current president and the founder of Mobile Makerspace.
All right, so what can you tell me about your membership tiers, membership costs, and times of access of your space?
Okay. Well, in the beginning, we decided to keep that part real simple. We didn't want, all of these different options and overload people with options. So we have only really two levels. Our standard level is $35 a month, and that gets you in the space when somebody's here. And we open the space from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every night of the work week, and occasionally, like today, we'll be open on Saturdays. Then you have the $50 a month fee, which you get your own key. You can come in anytime you want, and those are usually the people that also open on the weeknights, and we just rotate each other. My night is Thursdays.
All right, and then your membership size right now is?
Our membership size varies month to month based on who's out of town, because we have a lot of travelers. But normally there is to between 20 and 25 members currently.
Okay, and you've been in this location for how many years?
We've been at this location for 3 years.
And prior to that, did you have a space, or were you just local meetings, or what?
Yeah, prior to that, we had meetings at some restaurants, and if we needed to do some project work, we did it at my house. I have a little workshop. It only holds like 2 people, though.
Okay. And now, what kind of turnover do you get in memberships? You say you have some travelers frequently through the space. Do you have?
Yeah, we have some military and people that work contract work, have to go out of town for long periods of time.
And do you hold classes in this space?
We have held classes in this space. As you can imagine, it's pretty tight. The most we've ever been able to get in here is 6, and we've held them in this room.
And do you do classes elsewhere?
Yes, we do classes at the library. Has a very nice space, and we've also got some more scheduled for community centers around here. There's lots of those.
And what's this deal with the art walks?
Every second Friday night, 6 to 9 p.m., Mobile opens up Dolphin Street, which is our main street in downtown Mobile, to pedestrian traffic only. They block it off to all cars, and art vendors will set up all of their art, and they can sell it, or they can just be there just to view it. And that's how we got started as well. Before we had this place, I just brought a fold-up table down to Bienville Square and set up, and I had kids making those little LED throwies and showing how to do things with a little drawing robot.
Okay. And what's your organization structure like? Do you have a board of directors, or is it a...
We have just a set of officers that are considered the board as well. Just a president, vice president, secretary, treasurer, membership, and marketing officers currently. And we have the option of creating additional ones if we need to.
So are you guys a 501c?
We are an official 501c3 that we got 1 year ago.
Okay. And do members have like a vote in space decisions, or?
Yes, they do. And all members are invited to all of our business meetings, which we hold every month. And we as a matter of fact, we're working right now to make amendments to our bylaws. So everyone will have to be there to be present to vote.
Okay. And one of the big questions, and it's happened in multiple places, is what do you guys do to avoid burnout of your board members or your officers?
We hold elections every year, and you have the option of running or not running. I was the first president because I was the founder, and then I had a lot of friends, and then some of them moved away. But then we had a president come in, and he was pretty hard-nosed, but he was a good guy. He was probably the best maker I've ever seen. But he got a little burned out, and he decided he wasn't going to run for president, and so that's when I stepped back up to the plate, and that was last year. It can happen. It will happen. Best thing you can do is just keep communicating and keep a level head.
All right, and what kinds of, I mean, you've said you've done classes and you've done things like the tables at the art stuff. What other activities does the space participate in for the local community?
Most of them are with the library. The library has actually lots of different events for teens, but well, just last month we had our competition, and we got together back in August last year to have a drone racing competition for 6th through 8th grade kids, and we got 10 teams together, partnered with General Dynamics, who actually bought the kits, and we did all the logistics and got everything set up, and it was a great event. Those are the kind of things that I'd like to see more of.
All right, and speaking of things you'd be interested in seeing more of or excited about seeing, what kinds of hopes do you have for, say, like the next 6 months to a year for this space?
Next 6 months, more classes. We actually got, we're now set up to be required to have at least one class a month. And I'd like to actually see that happen to increase to maybe 2 classes a month. Our first one is going to be in March for Pi Day. I'll be giving a workshop on Raspberry Pis.
And so do your classes cost anything to people who come to them?
Some of them do. Most of them don't, or at least they're free to members. But if they require materials, then we usually do charge for them, yes.
And do you hold things specifically for members only, or are members of the public welcome to join in any class that they are interested in learning?
All of our classes are open to the public, and those are the ones that we would charge if they're not members. And it's usually just a small fee, especially if it needs some materials. That's included in the charge. But we advertise it to the public, usually to come in, and they have to RSVP to make sure we get enough in there.
How do you advertise?
We advertise through our Facebook page and through our website, and also through Meetup. We had a Arduino workshop, and someone posted it on Reddit. One of our guys posted it on Reddit, and it blew up. We had over 50 people there because of that, and they were all because of Reddit, and we were trying to bring that back now. So Reddit, try it.
And is there anything else about your space that you think needs to be discussed or shared with the world? Because I don't necessarily know everything to talk about a space that I've not been in.
You're never going to find one that's the right size. Ours is the right size as far as what it costs, but way too small for what we need. And we would love to have something bigger if we could keep it at the same cost. But it's always going to be, you're going to run out of space. Then you got to weigh that with how much it's going to cost you to keep it open.
All right. And so you guys get some of your funding through grants or anything like that?
Currently, no. All of our funding is through donations, usually by members and local community people, and through membership dues.
All right, so I think that's all really good information. I'm not sure what else I could really dig at.
I can let you know that we, since we've been going, we've always been in the black. Always make sure that we do that, and we've got quite a bit saved up. We can make any fixes that we need.
Oh, that kind of does bring up one of the questions is, do you own all your tools, or are any of them on loan or belong to members that let the space use them?
Almost all of the tools belong to members and or previous members or whatever. People have donated or are on permanent loan. The only thing that we really own is that desoldering iron, which was the first thing that we purchased.
And so how do you manage potentially somebody wanting to claim back a piece of equipment that the space is using?
They have the option of taking it back. Yeah.
And
everything on here is, you'll see some of the things are donated by or on permanent loan buy, like our 3D printer, is also courtesy of Public, or was it Public Labs? Yeah, Public Labs.
And that hasn't caused any problems yet?
Nope.
Okay.
No, no one's really come back to claim anything. And better yet, no one has used it as a dumping ground. So,
Do you have policies to manage donations?
yes, we do. They're all in our bylaws, and we have forms that we have to fill out. And you have to go through the whole thing as a 501c3
Yeah.
to make sure that they get done properly for tax purposes.
Yeah. All right. So that seems like it's pretty good, unless there's anything else.
No. Welcome to Mobile.